Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 2022 Campbell Success Virtual Summit, where you will learn how to dominate your health, wealth, and relationships. And today I will be touching on the area of health. But first, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Kimberly Anderson, and I am your #1 routine strategist. And I believe that every individual person, no matter what their background, deserves the right to be healthy so that you can live happily and comfortably to be able to live your best life. And what I do is I help you lose weight and keep it off by teaching you how to create practical routines that'll help you stay on track and reach your weight goals permanently. Okay, so today's presentation from me will be on why do you need a routine? The wonderful truth about a routine. So let me share my screen. Okay. Why do you need a routine? The wonderful truth about a routine. And before I go any further, do you know what a routine is? Do you know why it's important? Do you think or do you believe that your health matters? Well, a routine has many benefits. It's very important and very critical to your health. So let's see why. Let's start off by first talking about what the difference is between a routine and a schedule. And what a routine is a routine is a sequence of actions that are regularly followed. It's a fixed program or it's a usual order or way of doing things. For example, waking up every morning at 6 a.m. to exercise, or simply waking up to take a shower every morning is a routine. Brushing your teeth nightly and getting ready for bed is a routine. Purchasing a bagel and reading the newspaper before you go to work is a routine. And let's talk about what a schedule is. So a schedule is basically a plan for carrying out a process or a procedure, giving lists of intended events and times. For example, a baseball schedule, a doctor's appointment, or it can be a course schedule. And a course schedule is pretty much when your courses start and end. So what's the difference between having a routine and not having one? What happens when you have one, when you have a routine and when you don't have a routine? So with a routine, and I'll get straightforward to the point here, you'll have better mental and physical condition. You'll have balance and harmony in your life. You'll have stress relief, better sleep habits, effective use of your time, and you'll have fun doing it. You guys, a routine doesn't have to be boring. You can have lots of fun having a routine or doing a routine. And most of all, you'll be a good example setter to others and inspiring others to want to have a routine as well. But without a routine, you'll be stressed, tired, frustrated, and I'm just speaking from experience here. If you suffer from anxiety and depression, like me, for instance, you'll have increased levels of anxiety and depression 9 times out of 10, ineffective use of your time, and poor physical condition. One common fact about not having a routine. So when people don't have a routine or structure to their day, it can cause increased stress and anxiety, as well as overwhelming feelings, lack of concentration, and focus. Now, as Rachel Goldman, PhD, a psychologist and clinical assistant professor at the NYU School of Medicine, explains, if people don't have structure and are sitting around with less to focus on, then they also probably will find themselves thinking about the stressful situation more, which can also lead to additional stress and anxiety. Now, one way to get out of this cycle that promotes ruminating over the source of your stress is to maintain some structure and routine throughout your day. Now, let me stop here and talk about me. I can relate to this. I can relate because when I didn't have a routine, I had a lot more stress. My anxiety was through the roof. I mean, when you don't have the balance or the structure, if you don't do anything to create balance and structure in your life, you're going to feel like you're all over the place and you're going to drive yourself crazy, because that's what I did, y'all. Next slide. um, 5 reasons why a routine is important. So for one, it makes us more efficient. It reduces the need to make decisions each day. Number 2, it reduces our need to plan. When we carefully design a set routine to follow, that eliminates the need to plan our activities every morning and budget and allocate our precious time. So, I mean, we're putting ourselves in a position to where we know what we're going to do from one thing to the next, and we do it repetitively, and we don't have to think so much on things. We don't have to plan so much. We don't have to plan. We already know what we're going to do. Number 3, it saves time, which is our most valuable resource. Time is the most precious asset at our disposal, because once lost, it is non-retrievable. So you can definitely save time with a routine. You set a certain time to get your most important task done, and then you're done for the day. I mean, you can simply just have a morning routine, and during that morning, you're getting the most important things done, and the rest of the day, you have lots of free time and benefits to enjoy. That's the extra benefit of a routine. You'll have more free time. Number 4, a routine instills good habits, and the secret to building good habits is repetition. Meanwhile, you're breaking number 5, breaking bad habits. While our routine helps us develop good habits that are in line with exploiting our full potential, it also helps to get rid of bad habits that do not serve us well. So let's eliminate stress and poor habits once and for all. So how to start a new routine and stick to it. And I got this from Amanda Kaplan, MD, Family Medicine at North Shore University. Let me make sure I'm saying this correctly, North Shore University. So for one, you got to decide what needs to be in your routine. Decide what needs to be in your routine. Like, what's your goal? What do you want to do? Do you want to exercise more? You want to get more exercise? Or do you want to have alone time? It's good to decide what's most important and what needs to be there in the routine before you get started, and that's key. Number 2, you want to set small goals. And what I mean by setting small goals is taking a large goal and breaking it down into small goals, so that you're not tackling that large goal, which can be overwhelming, and you'll pretty much be indulging into too much at one time. So it's better, so that you don't overwhelm yourself. It's better to break up the large goal into small goals, take baby steps, so you don't overwhelm yourself. Number 3, you want to lay out a plan. Lay out a plan 1 week at a time. Do one task 1 week at a time. Do one task 1 week, and then the second week, add another task to do onto there. Like ease your way into from one task to several tasks. Be consistent with time. Like, for example, if you want to start getting a daily walk in, do that walk at the same time. Pick a time that you want to do that walk every day, and do that at the same time every day. And that will build up, being consistent. Be consistent with time. Number 5, be prepared. Be prepared. If you're, let's say, for instance, you want to create a resolution where you're cleaning the house daily, or like, let's say you want to clean the house every Saturday. Well, you want to be prepared, make sure you have make sure your vacuum cleaner is working properly, and make sure you have all the materials that you need to clean up. And make it fun. Make it fun. It doesn't have to be boring. Let's take one example, like going to the gym. You don't have to go by yourself. Like pick a workout buddy. Pick a workout buddy. Make it fun. And then track your progress. Track your progress. Take a have a calendar and cross off each day that you complete your tasks, so that you're tracking your progress. Because typically nobody wants to have a calendar that's unmarked. So that's a good habit right there to start. Take a calendar and write down what you're going to do, your to-do list, your routines for that month, and just scratch off each day that you've completed your task. And then reward yourself. Number 8, reward yourself. And rewarding yourself is pretty much, giving yourself a pat on the back for each accomplishment that you did. And for example, like if you started a routine where you picked up clutter every night before bed, celebrate once you've done that. Purchase you a pair of new slippers, and walk around that clean house, that clean clutterless house now that you have. Reward yourself. Now I want to talk about some common mistakes that are made when creating routines, because I thought this was very important to mention in especially if you're new to creating routines. These are just some things to watch out for. Time buffers. People don't create time buffers. And what that is it's pretty much a small break in between each task. Like, it's very easy to list everything that you need to do throughout your day, but there's a small catch. You have to have at least a small break in between each task, because there's something called context switching. And what that is a mental residue that's left on the brain after completing the prior task. So you basically have to give yourself enough time to have a mental reset. You have to give yourself a mental reset and get yourself in order before it's time to do the next task. And that takes me into underestimating how long things take. Sometimes things might run over. You have to have and that's why those time buffers are really important, which brings us into underestimating how long things take. I would say if you haven't done something 100 times, and whereas you'll know exactly how long something would take, I would recommend throwing in some conservative estimates here. And what I mean by that is, for example, let me just give an example. If my workout lasted 1 hour, then I may as well, what I need to do is schedule it for 90 minutes rather than 60 minutes, because I have to take some things into consideration. The time it takes me to get to the gym and back home. And when I'm leaving the gym, maybe I want to take a shower at the gym, or it can be, I could shower when I get home. That's time. That's time consuming. If I'm leaving the gym, while I'm leaving the gym, I might run into somebody that I know and end up, talking for a little bit. So you have to create some time space in between things, just in case time lapses and you lose track of time, just in case things run over. Number three, not being prepared. Plan tomorrow today. Like when you end your night, when you end your work day or just your day overall, do a daily wrap up where get some things done that night before the next morning, so that when the next morning comes around, you can just jump into your most important tasks. Get things done the night before, that whatever can be done the night before, get it done, so that you'll allow yourself more time in the morning and everything won't be such a hassle. Fluffy morning routines. This is my favorite one. Fluffy morning routines. You need to include just enough items to wake you up. Do not, what fluffy morning routine is that's when you've created so many things to do within that morning that it takes up your entire morning. And what you need to do is all you need to do is wake yourself up. You need to wake yourself up to put yourself in a peak state to start your day. That's all you need to do. So limit how many things you need to do in the morning during your morning routine. Spillage. We don't set boundaries. We fail a lot of the time to set boundaries with we fail to set boundaries with ourselves, most of us, and with others. And what I mean by that is, let me give an example with that. For example, take a meeting, maybe a meeting at work, or just, a regular meeting. Sometimes we allow that to spill over. We allow it to drag on. We might stay at work late. We know we're supposed to get off at a certain time because we got other things to do, but we might end up working late. And then not all the time, we don't go to bed on time all the time. So we've got to set boundaries, because that's critical to having balance and structure too. Set those boundaries, set those deadlines for things to be complete. Now, another thing I wanted you to keep in mind, if you didn't know, there are cons, there are pros and cons to having a routine. But for one, let's start with pros. Pros, a routine is good with forming your sleep habits. Number two, efficiency. With efficiency, we are less likely to procrastinate. Mental health is good for our mental health. A lot of people feel like having a routine is vital to their mental health, because it creates that balance and structure, and you're less stressed. You're less stressed. You're getting more things done. Maintaining relationships, and what I mean by maintaining relationships is, scheduling time to see friends, family, loved ones, scheduling a certain time, because if you schedule time to see them, you're more than likely to show up. You're more than likely to show up, and it also will help you build new relationships as well. Forming good habits. That's with a routine, like we talked about earlier, with repetition, doing things repetitiously, you're forming good habits and getting rid of bad habits. Now, the cons. Let's go into the cons. The cons of a routine. For one, there can be a risk of boredom or disillusionment. You can get bored with a routine, doing the same thing all the time, and you can become as you get bored with the routine, doing that routine all the time, the same thing every single day, you become less productive until eventually you may even stop. So just consider that. And then another con, mental health. A routine can be hard to keep track of. It can be hard to keep track of a routine. Some people can get overwhelmed with the fact that they have to complete this task and that task at a certain time in a certain way, there's a risk of lacking creativity because you're on this specific system now. If I'm making sense, you're on this, you created a certain system and way of doing things. So you're closing down that open mind. You're becoming closed-minded to that specific strategy that you have. Life is unpredictable. Sometimes things happen, and everyone doesn't handle everything in the same way necessarily. Life is unpredictable. Things can happen, and it can throw off your routine, and it can cause feelings of anger, feeling like you failed, and you'll become stressed. Number three, a lack of spontaneity. Number three, a lack of spontaneity. That's what that is not being. Hold on one second. A lack of spontaneity. It's basically not being open to doing other things. I'm sorry, my mind had went dry for a second. This is a lot of things that I'm trying to get into, y'all. Lack of spontaneity. Let's say if you're on a routine, right? And maybe a friend or family member or some opportunities might come up, but if they interfere with your routine, you're not going to want to do them. You're not going to want to go out. You're not going to want to engage in anything else until your routine is done. So you may be missing out on something good. So just keep those things in mind. But the moral of the story is, and this is the good thing, all you got to do is find a balance between having a routine and simply just going with the flow. Go with the flow so that hopefully this will give you a sense of structure without leading to feeling stressed or overwhelmed. You got to find a balance in between the two. Find that balance in between the two. You don't have to be stuck on a routine every single day. And that brings me into like taking days off. Take at least 2 days off from the routine, take 2 days off from the routine, and so that you're free from not only the routine, but you're free from rules and things, and you can just let loose and lay back, just loosen up and relax. Because if you're on a routine every single day, like that would drive you crazy. That'll drive you crazy. You want things to naturally flow. And like with me, how I balance everything, all I do is a morning routine. I simply have a morning routine. I started off with a full day's routine, but I noticed that I felt a little pressure. I actually felt a lot of pressure with trying to stick to that full daily routine. So I'm taking baby steps. Like you got to take baby steps, especially if you're new to creating a routine. You don't want to overwhelm yourself, especially with, trying to do too many things at one time. You got to do one thing, congratulate yourself, and then you can add something else on once you've got the hang of doing that one thing. For example, you get up, maybe you want to start your week with, every morning I get up, I drink me a cup of coffee. And then in the next week, you want to add something else on. Okay, how about this? I drink my cup of coffee and I fix me a nice hearty breakfast. You could be a person who doesn't normally eat breakfast, but you can start now with just taking baby steps. You can add that breakfast in there. And it doesn't have to be a big breakfast. It can just simply be a bagel and a bowl of fruit, something to get you awake, get your metabolism fired up, and breakfast is very, very important. And then the third week, you can add 30 minutes of exercise in there. Just, you see what I'm saying, where I'm going with this, baby steps. Some best health routines, that I would recommend is to visualize the day ahead. Like when you wake up in the morning, your mind is most clear when you awake. So for that reason, you want to take 5 minutes, and think about how your day is going to go. Think about how your day is going to go at work, or think about all the people whoever you need to talk to during the day. Think about how your workout is going to go, visualize. And that way you've got a solid plan for your day. Yeah, that's very important. That's very important. Just sit there when you wake up and visualize your day, and you're more than likely to have a good day and get everything done that you want to, since you did that. Number 2, drink water before every meal. Drinking water helps with weight loss. It'll help with your energy, and it'll improve your mood. You don't want to be dehydrated. You don't want to, when you're sluggish, you're feeling sluggish and hungry. You don't want to mistake being hungry with just being thirsty. So drinking a lot of water, it gives you a feel full factor. Drinking water fills you up, so you're less likely to overeat. And y'all, being dehydrated is being known to affect your mood in a negative way, and it also has other negative side effects as far as your health goes. So drink your water. Make sure you're drinking your water. Eat breakfast. Eating breakfast, it sets the tone for the day. Eating a hearty breakfast, like I said, eating a hearty breakfast in the morning before you get started, that signals to your body and your brain to get ready to begin to digest the food, and it also will increase your it'll get your metabolism firing. Eat often throughout the day. Eat veggies are the most nutrient dense of foods. You want to get those you want to have yourself on a proper diet throughout the day, where you're getting in real foods and healthy fats and things like that. With women in particular, it's not good for us to go more than 3 hours without eating it, because what that does is it will increase our stress hormone, cortisone levels. And cortisone is it's a stress hormone, and it'll increase stress. It'll increase stress if we don't eat throughout the day. You be hungry, and then later on you're gonna be feeling ravenous. You're gonna be extremely hungry. So it's very important to eat, at least 6 small meals throughout the day. 6 small meals rather than 3 large meals. And this eating more small meals throughout the day is good for different areas of your health wise. Daily movement, exercise regularly. If you exercise, that'll increase your self-confidence. It'll improve your mood. You'll be able to manage your weight, lose weight, and you don't even have to do extensive, vigorous exercises. You don't even have to plan it, have a plan to exercise every day. I mean, it's just doing something as simple as going for a 30-minute walk will have a benefit. It'll benefit your mind, body, and your soul. You'll be surprised what a walk can do. I mean, that's time for you to clear your mind, and it relieves tension and stress, you know. And walking, you know, you'll be able to come up with new ideas and be able to really think, you know. Some extra health tips that I have that I will recommend is detoxing daily, taking your vitamins, getting an energy supplement in. And the reason why I recommend it, for one, let's start with detoxing. Detoxing is very important. I was at one point I wasn't detoxing. I had never detoxed until the end of 2020. The end of 2020, I was introduced to detoxing and the importance of detoxing. I wasn't having bowel movement regularly. It would be about 3-4 days to go by and I wasn't having a bowel movement, and I thought it was normal. I didn't think anything was wrong because I wasn't educated. But as soon as I was introduced to the reason why I needed to detox, for one, I needed to flush toxins out of my body. I needed to flush out parasites, toxins, all that bad stuff that, you know, comes in those meats and things, that processed food. You know, y'all know how we eat. You got to get rid of that stuff. You can't have it sitting up in your stomach. I'm not making any medical claims. I want to put a disclaimer out here because I should have done this in the beginning of the video, but it's never too late. So the disclaimer is I am not a licensed medical professional. I am not a licensed health professional. I have just done research, and I have actually experimented with routines, even health products. And I'm here talking to you, presenting this presentation to you based off of my experience mainly. So now that I've gotten that out there, let me backtrack. So I was talking about detoxing and flushing out, you know, harmful, you know, parasites, toxins that are just sitting in your body. Because you got to think about it. When you're eating, you eat all this food daily. And if you're not detoxing, where's the food going? It's sitting in your stomach. It's sitting in your colon. And eventually it's going to turn into bacteria, bad bacteria, which can then lead to, in the long run, it can lead to threatening illnesses, life-threatening illnesses, or just, you know, you don't want any kind of illness. So you got to detox, take your vitamins so that you can strengthen your body and you're getting the nutrition that you need in your body. Take energy supplements. You need energy. Think about going to work every day, dealing with the kids and stuff. You don't want to be dragging doing that stuff, guys. You should be tired by now of dragging. I got tired of dragging. I was tired of being tired. So that brings me into the next slide. Product recommendations. These are some of the things that I've incorporated into my routine. ISO Detox Tea, NutriBurst, which is a liquid multivitamin. It's the #1 selling premium liquid multivitamin. And NRG, energy and focus all day. Let me talk about NRG first. So NRG is pretty much an energy. It's a daily energy supplement that gives you energy and focus all day. It improves your energy. It burns 300 to 600 calories per caplet. It'll give you mental clarity. And the really, really good thing about this NRG is that it has an ingredient, a special ingredient in it called 5-HTP, which sends happy signals to your brain. So think about it. If you're at work, maybe 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, and you may have some customers or even coworkers that could irk your nerves. And before you even think about, snapping or lashing out at anybody, you're going to feel too good. Your mood is going to be too good. You're going to be too calm to, get irritated. So you need 5-HTP. 5-HTP, it sends happy signals to your brain. So you're going to be in too happy of a mood. Nobody's going to be able to agitate you or get on your nerves. And you're going to be full of energy. So, your mental is going to be good. ISO detox tea. This is the detox tea that changed my life. It's got me going to the restroom every day. ISO tea is a detox tea, so it's going to help you lose weight. It's going to help you manage your weight. It'll give you a boost of energy. Once again, you're getting rid of toxins. You're releasing toxins out of your body. You're expelling waste. It's going to give you mental clarity because you're cleansing. You're being cleansed. So you'll have mental clarity. You won't have, all these bad things from, the wrong foods or just food in general, just sitting there turning into bacteria. Mental clarity, improved skin. Your skin's going to start to improve because once again, you're cleaning up the inside, and it's going to give you a gentle cleansing of your intestines, internal organs. So, we all need a cleanse, y'all. We need a detox. NutriBurst is more than a multivitamin. It's designed to detox your system, and it supplies essential elements to help strengthen your body. Let's talk about the goodies that are in this. So it has 72 minerals, 12 vitamins, 22 phytonutrients, 19 amino acids, 13 whole food greens, and 12 herbs. Now, where did this stuff come from? Where did these wonderful, amazing items come from? These products came from a global enterprise called Total Life Changes. And what is Total Life Changes? Well, it's a global enterprise that was founded in 1999 by the CEO and founder, Jack Fallon. And this enterprise is still around since going on over 20 years now. The life changers here, us life changers at Total Life Changes, we change lives globally. We change lives globally by providing products in a community that you can feel. Total Life Changes is home of the 15-day challenge where your health matters. The 15-day challenge is about your health. It's about your health and the fact that your health matters. So we have challenges every now and then with the products to enhance your experience overall using the products and make it fun. And the tea, the NutriBurst, and the NRG has been overall the best part of my routine. It's changed my life. Before TLC and a routine, I wasn't having a bowel movement every day, as I just explained to y'all. My energy was low. So low energy, I had low confidence because I wasn't taking care of myself. My anxiety and depression was at an all-time high, and I wasn't using my time wisely, and I was more of a procrastinator at the time because, I wasn't taking care of myself. But now I'm using the restroom 2 to 3 times per day with ISO. I'm getting the proper recommended daily dosage of vitamins and minerals, NutriBurst. I'm engaged more in physical fitness now. I'm getting more things done, and I'm happier and full of energy thanks to NRG. And I have a lower level of anxiety thanks to CBD lemon ISO. And speaking of CBD lemon ISO, if you look at this tea bag here, this green this ISOT has really helped me with my anxiety and depression. And I'm just speaking from, personal experience here. It calms me down. I sleep so good from it, but I wouldn't recommend the CBD lemon tea for anyone who has a job and is, if you have a regular job and you're prone to having to be drug tested every now and then, I wouldn't recommend it. But there is another option. There is a raspberry tea with broad spectrum hemp, and it doesn't have the 0.03 THC in it, 0.03% THC in it, as does the lemon CBD tea have. But there are several different flavors. We have original tea, we have fruit punch, we've got the lemon, we got the raspberry, and we also have an orange flavored tea. It's an immune defense tea. It's called immunity. And that was just, a little bit of information on the different flavors of tea we had. You do have options if you don't like blandness. So I want to show y'all something real quick. It's just 1 minute and 20 seconds long. It's my morning routine. I wanted to show you guys what makes me the #1 routine strategist. So I'm going to click this link here. Let's give it 1 second to load. I put this X right. Let's see what it does. All right, you guys. So I'm going to exit out of that. And that was my morning routine. That was my morning routine. What I do is I get up at 3 a.m. most mornings. Sometimes I don't get up at 3 a.m. Because, things happen. Sometimes, you might oversleep, or, the kids or your child might wake up, or your toddler, like per se me. I have a 3-year-old, and she wakes up at random times sometimes, and I don't know. But what you do is you just pick up where you left off, pick up where you can, and keep going. I get up 3 a.m. I do the dishes, I drink my coffee, read my Bible. I got to get that spiritual food, got to get the word in. And then I'll go into prayer. I will fix me a nice little breakfast, drink my NutriBurst, take my NRG, and then I will get my water, my 2 bottles of water, and I'll do my 15 minutes of pelvic drops, and I'll do my 30 minutes of cardio, and that's my morning routine. And I know that may sound like a lot, but I just did what worked for me. You have to do what works for you. We're all different. But anyway, moving along, do you want change? Do you feel like you need a routine? Do you feel like a routine would be beneficial to your life? Well, if you do, if so, connect with me today. Connect with me today, sis, bro. Where to find me? You can find me on Facebook at Kimberly Anderson. You'll see me wearing a little green dress on there. I'm not changing that profile picture for a while. Facebook business page from Kim to All. You can also find me on Instagram at From Kim to All, and my email is fromkimtoall@gmail.com. Okay, so I'm going to stop share. All right, guys. Well, that is my presentation for the day. I pray that you all enjoyed it. I hope you didn't get bored and fall asleep on me. But anyway, I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day and enjoy the rest of the 2022 Campbell Success Virtual Summit. I love you, and so long. God bless.